Peace, 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 peace. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Gonna get this thing going, family. Let me go ahead on and y'all know what it is. Share it up, like it up, all that good stuff, family. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Josh, what's good? What's good? Zia, what's happening? What's happening? We'll go ahead and get this thing shared up real quick, family, and we can get it going. Got some stuff I want to talk to y'all about, of course. And hopefully y'all can get with it, get the understanding, you figured it with me. All right. King Ali, what's happening, family? What's going on? 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 What's going on, man? All right. Vita, what's good, mama? Mommy Lane. What's going on, man? Y'all share it up, family. And all that good stuff. And we gonna get it going. All right. Bruno, what's going on, mama? What's going on? So, let me go ahead on and dive in. All right, let me go ahead on and dive in, family. Let's get it going. Mo, Heavenly, what's going on? What up? What's up, little brother? How you doing? All right, family. So, now, like I say, share it up, like it up, all that good stuff. And it's on and popping. So now let me start by talking about this, family. Okay? Let me start by saying this. So I had a beautiful conversation with a young lady on yesterday, and what ended up transpiring was, of course, we got into some stuff, emotions, how you can deal with them, things of this nature, right? But this is something that came up, and I wanted to share this with y'all. Okay, so for my people who are used to painting, or who have painted a house, or painted a wall, or painted a car, or something like that. All right, so before you paint that car or that wall or that house, all right, you have to remove what was previously on the car. Okay, you got to sand it down, right? So if it had old paint on it, you got to get rid of it. So if they had old paint on the walls, you got to get rid of it before you put a new coat of paint on it. Basically, what I'm saying here All right. In order for you to ascend to levels of higher understandings within yourself, okay, all right, for you to even comprehend higher levels of thought, you must first remove every single thing you've ever thought that was fine or cool or whatever. Okay, all right. So what's going to happen is this: if you don't remove the things that you were previously taught in quote unquote life or things of that nature, what's going to happen is, okay, you're going to become, I heard somebody say scumbag. Okay, all right. You are going to look apart. Okay, you're going to look apart. You know, you might have the dashiki on. Okay, you might have the apparel on, things of this nature. You may look apart, but you're screwed up in here, and eventually it's going to show. Eventually it's going to show. Let me give you an example. So I'm not going to say no names, okay? But this particular brother here, all right. So because he did not deal with the inner first before furthering along his journey, okay, all right, he ended up, you know, going sitting jail. He lost all type of stuff. You understand? You know, money. He lost all his bread. He lost all type of stuff. All right. So what happens? And understand, right? He's still going to be fine at a later date. But basically, what I'm telling you is, when you don't remove things of the past, when you're trying to move forward, what's going to happen is that stuff is going to resurface. Okay, and understand something here. All right, that old, okay, what we call ego, or that old tech, whatever you want to call it, that's inside of you, don't want the new you. You understand? All right, they don't want you being in, you know, of a higher energy, happy all the time, just in bliss, just feeling tranquil, so forth and so on, just feeling great. They don't want that. They want you being emotional. They want you listening to all the dumb music about kill this person and shoot that person. They want you to listen to all the music. Eat this and suck this and then the whole nine. That's where they want you. You understand? Okay, all right. You know, and you will suffer because of it. All right. So to unlocking the key to unlocking higher levels of yourself, okay, is to remove anything that you have thought you knew. Anything you thought you knew, it gotta go. Now, understand something. Let me give you this, family. This process of elimination, this process of removal has to happen multiple times. It got to happen multiple times on your journey. It just don't stop when you first start. Okay, let me give you an example. So you might come into this thing, all right, and I see this a lot. So you might come into this thing and be like, oh, Jesus not real, Jesus not real, whatever, right? So you might come into this thing like that, right? You know, but you still believe in the Almighty, okay, which is so contradictory because that's supposed to be the Son of God. They're supposed to be one. So how you don't believe in you don't believe in one, but you still believe in the other? Like, it makes no sense. But I'm gonna tell you this, okay? So in this journey, they have people that start off like myself. I'm still believing in God and all of this stuff. The quote unquote Heavenly Father. You understand? Okay, but I let go Jesus. You understand? So I feel like I'm doing something. All right, but then I hit a wall, and I'm like, well, damn, what's going on? Okay, I got to let go again. You understand? I got to let go again. So now I got to let go of this. I got to let go of that. All right, so it's a constant happening. Okay, all right. It does not stop, based on your feelings or your false emotions. Okay, all right. If you're serious about this thing, okay, all right. Whatever you learned yesterday, you better be willing to forget about it and move on and go further the next day. All right, because you must understand, we fell to a place to where we're not even in hell. We underneath hell. That's how far we fell. Okay, all right. Let me see if this can kind of make sense. Let's say we were worth a trillion to a zillion dollars or something, like 100 zeros or something. All right, then all of that was snatched away. Now we are negative $10 million. You understand? So we haven't even got to the surface level yet. We still underneath. So we still have to climb up to get started to actually exist in a sense. Okay. So when we fell, bro. All right. So you have to keep in your head that I don't know anything. And based on that, you will keep going. All right. You understand? All right. So now, this is something else that that I think I talked about, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Probably did. But it's certain things we have to let go of. All right. If you're trying to move further, all right, there's levels of information. Okay, there's information that sit high. Okay, that can bring you to supreme levels of yourself, and then there's information that sits low. But this information, okay, all right, everybody's on that. Okay, all right, you look like everybody, you talk like everybody, you say I say 1,000 times, I do worship the ancestors and all of this type. Where up here, ancestors don't exist. Ashe don't exist. Okay, all right. But up here, there is no sadness. You understand? No jealousy, no nothing. Here, you still have jealousy. You still have everything the human has. The only difference is you look apart. You wear the unk. Some of you women, y'all wear the unk earrings, but you still a human. It is what it is. All right. Okay. All right. So that kind of coincides with what I was just talking about, and also, we have to get out of this ancestor thing. Now, if that's where you want to be, then fine. It is what it is. But we have to get out of this ancestor thing. Again, I only speak to the people, all right, who want to get up here. All right. If that's not you, by all means, go find these cats who say I share all day and try to make you feel good, with a bunch of bogus information that you're not going to go nowhere with. Okay, then that's what you want, then go there. But over here, all right, we are trying to get to these levels of the quote unquote college that only a few people can get to. All right, that where you have to have a divine membership to enter. You understand? All right. So basically, what I'm saying is this about this quote unquote, and like I say, if you're trying to come up here, this quote unquote ancestor thing. All right. So now let's try to make this make sense. Okay. So now everybody on here should know, okay, the quote unquote information about, you are not the body, you are the contents inside the body, right? So we should know all of that, right? So now, let me say this. So now you are taught that your ancestor this and your ancestor that. Okay, all right. Your ancestors are the people who died, years ago, right? So check this out. So if this is not you, okay, and this goes in the ground and turns into dust, okay, the light moves on. Okay, so how do you have an ancestor? You must understand, man. Okay, the information that a lot of times that we're given this information based on religion. Okay, we're not given information based on thinking. Okay, we're not giving it based on thinking. So when we transition, okay, when we transition, if this is not who you are, if a great grandma Brenda or something like that, whatever, right? If she was only the outside, if she was only the inside, which the inside has no color or anything like that, you understand? Okay, how can she be an ancestor if that body is in the ground? Okay, basically what I'm getting at is you're still religious, family. Okay, if you're trying to break free and get to these, divine levels, you got to get out of this religious thought concept. Let's dive in, family. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Let's get it going. Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, family? Louise, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Wick, what's good? What's good? Courtney, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Instinct, what's going on? What's going on? Cosmic, what's going on? Imperial, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's go ahead and get it popping, fam. Like I say, share it up, like it up, all that stuff so the right people can hear it. Now, let's get this thing going, family. Let's go and get this thing going. All right. So now, my little bro hit me up and he kind of, he didn't want me to, build a little bit on the on AKH. You understand? But he kind of brought it to my attention, so I said, okay, well I'll throw that in there. So the reason why I put it up there, first of all, it was almost as if I was told to put that on there. You understand? That wasn't my initial thought to put the Kaaba Ak on there. So the Ak, let me give you this, family. So the Ak simply represents yourself in your enlightened state. Okay, so when you go through your transition period, all right. So some of us are coming right back, to play the game again, right? But then there's some of us, the ones who are going to sit high. Okay, all right. We become the ascended masters again. Okay, all right. We become the great old ones again. All right. You understand? All right. So we change and we go through, we get to a whole nother level of being. That's the Ak. All right. Which about probably 85%, or maybe no, I'm gonna say about 85 to 90% of the people who die do not become the Ak. Okay, they come right back to this place, to try to fix whatever it is they're trying to take care of. You understand? All right, now. So now let's get it popping, family. Let's get it popping. Limitless, what's happening, family? What's happening? What's happening? So now, let's get to this. Infinite truth defies all logic and reason. It triggers the most in-depth thoughts imaginable. Only a few are compatible. I know that guy who wrote that. Now, let's keep kicking. Let's keep kicking. I want you to understand that, family. All right? Okay? Because the most outlandish things that you can think about, okay, that might be the truth. All right? If it's real simple, it's a chance that it's not the truth. You understand? Okay, so that's why I said infinite truth defies all logic and reason. It triggers the most in-depth thoughts imaginable, but only a few can understand that. Let's keep kicking. Let's keep kicking. Now, I had someone ask me, Will, man, I saw about your last 3 or 4 videos. You was mentioning mind control, man. What's up with that, bro? Well, why you keep mentioning mind control? What's going on with that? Well, let's discuss. So, and I told him I was going to answer this on his video. So hopefully, he peeking in from behind the curtain, and all of that good stuff. All right. So now, why do I bring up, or why? No. Let me rephrase that. I don't bring up mind control. I'm told to reassure the people of what this thing is. Okay, now, so where I am currently, I'm able to see things in a much broader scope than the mundane people that are out here, right? So now basically what I'm saying is, the eagle sit high and look low. The eagle is able to see everything in the neighborhood. The eagle is able to see everything on the land. Okay, but when the eagle is on the ground, you could only see about maybe 10 feet in front of you, if that, right? So now when you start to get to these particular levels of yourself, you're able to analyze things. So now I grab my phone, I go on these apps, right? And it's not just, people who I know are friends or anything like that. It's just random people who I may be friends with on these apps or something that I don't talk to, but these are just random people. So I see, and these are supposed to be conscious people. So I see all the time, okay, the mind control that sits within these people. You understand? Every day I see emotions running wild. You understand? All right. I don't see no mental control. All right. I don't see no heart work. All right. I don't see people practicing what they preach. I don't see none of it. You understand? I don't see none of it. Okay. All right. And trust me, we give ourselves away based on what we post. Like, it's so easy. And listen, if I can see it, all right, don't you think these particular people, these high reps, can see? Listen, the past couple weeks, I don't know who did this, okay, but somebody put out something about 100 men versus one gorilla. All right, somebody put that out. And for the last couple weeks, my entire timeline, family, probably 8 out of every 10 people is something about some goddamn gorilla fighting some people. Okay. Now, many of you may think, well, that's just people talking. No, it's not. That is a strategic plan to see how many people are going to react to one thing. Okay, all right. This is how MK Ultra works. You understand? This is how MK Ultra works. Okay, they will set a certain thing out there, and let's see who will gravitate towards it. All right. So they count the number, just like people say. These people check the census and things of that nature to see who all around. Blah blah. They do the same thing, man. They do the same thing. Okay. All right, you must understand that. They do the same thing. All right. So when we are monkey see, monkey do, robot, that is the foundation of MK Ultra, aka mind control, family. Okay, all right. Now, a brother hit me up, asked me about Shannon Sharp. Now I didn't know about the whole Shannon Sharp situation. So he had me look it up. I said, okay. I really don't care about it. But again, probably 7 out of every 10 people I'm seeing on these different apps. Okay, people worrying about a grown ass man who don't got nothing to do with you. Okay, this is mind control. Okay, this is how these people know they still own you, family. All right, and by you not seeing that, there is no elevation up here. There's only down here. Okay, and you're going to continue to suffer. You're going to continue to have be ups and downs with your children, ups and downs with your spouse, ups and downs with your parents, and so forth and so on. Okay, all right. Y'all do not understand how deep the mind control go. All right, like I don't, well, I know many of you don't understand what you are. Okay, all right, but I'm gonna try to enlighten you a little bit. Okay, all right, you are an enormous entity with limitless abilities. Okay, all right, that got caught up in itself. All right, and then fell basically. All right, without me trying to go too deep, I'm gonna get into that a little later. You understand? But you were this enormous entity, 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet tall. Okay, limitless ability, fly, disappear, whatever you see on TV. Okay, all of the superheroes, that was you. This is something that you did. Okay, all right. But then you fell into a human to where you're nothing now. Okay, all right. To where now you think your money matters. Okay, you think starting a family matters. All right, when at one time none of that shit mattered. Okay, because you sat on a very high level of understanding. So all of that is gone now. You understand? So now you're way down here. So these people, okay, are doing everything possible because they know your story. They know who you are. Okay, they have kidnapped your children and put them in certain conditions so that their energy inside can rise so they can see for themselves if in fact the black man and woman is God. Okay, and they know this to be a fact. You understand? They've been taking your children for about 70 years. Okay, all right, putting them in certain places, all right, where they eat different. The air is different. All right, there is no hip hop, no poison. There is none of that. So they're in a certain condition to where when they're born, their certain being can just elevate. So they know you can fly. They know you have the ability to walk through walls. They know you have the ability to move cars with your mind and all of this. They know this stuff. You understand? But they only have a few of us over there, a few, and some of them have died off already. You understand? So now they understand that this is what it is. Okay, they understand that this is what it is now, so they have to do everything possible to stop you from hearing somebody like me or even hearing, okay, your own divine self telling you, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do this. Hey, get out that situation. Hey, do this. Don't. Damn near everybody on here. Okay, if you're in a certain situation, your goddamn divine self probably told you 1,000 times to get out of that relationship, but no. Okay, all right, you're still a goddamn Christian at heart. Okay, all right, you're still trying to make your fucking mama proud, your daddy proud, so that's why you're staying in this piece of shit relationship. Well, I don't want to do that to the kids. I don't want to. But yet and still, you are on a journey that don't necessarily focus on children. Okay, all right. The children is only a place to get to within yourself. It's not a physical child. This is why we don't have no information that say have kids. That's not on the walls. That's none of this shit. Okay, well, what about Isis, Osiris, and all of that? Those are attributes of yourself. That is a story that is constantly happening within you. That's what that is. Okay, all right. So that's why I'm told, Will, let these people really, they truly don't know how much mind control they're under. They really think they're making decisions on their own. So you really think that yourself told you to buy those pork chops? You truly think it was yourself that told you, let's go to the club, get drunk, and listen to Sexy Red? So you thinking that was yourself that told you that? No, it was not. Okay, it was this incredibly powerful tech that you can deal with no issue, but as long as you stay ignorant with yourself, or as long as the ignorance within stay on the surface, okay, then that ego or that tech inside will persevere all the time. Okay, so you are a damn fool if you believe these people told you thought, yeah, I'm gonna listen to that new Sexy Red, I'm gonna go listen to that new Glorilla, I'm gonna go listen to this, I'm gonna go. So you be a damn fool to think that was you that did that. Okay, all right. You are an entity that was damn the 30 feet tall with limitless ability. Okay, if you would have heard music today, you would have probably blew up every radio station in America. You would probably have killed every rap artist out here, telling you what the fuck is going on. Okay, this how much yourself despise that type of stuff, the shit that we put on pedestals. We would have slaughtered these people. Okay, all right, because the first thing we would have said was, all skin folk and kinfolk, they can't come with us. They have to go. We don't want them nowhere around here. But again, you think you're free walking around and this and that. You think everything is love, but yet and still, you listening to all this music that's messing over every. Let's continue, family. Let's continue. Let's continue. Brother Mo, what's happening? Tans, what's good? What's good? What's good? So now, American mind control again, and I've been proving this over and over and over. Okay, how factual and how real it is. Okay, by constantly giving you documentation of it, but you choose not to follow what the hell is going on. You choose to stay a nigga. And that's what it is. Let's keep going. Now, the last video I did, I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe somebody can put it in here. How long ago it was when I did the last video I did. What's the name of this video? What's the name of this video? Limitless Love. It's okay, over a month. Okay, over a month. Over a month ago, I did this video, right? So now, understand this. So what ended up happening was this, family. Was this. So I told myself, I said, hey, you know what, man? Let me go ahead on and check out this movie. Okay, let me check out this movie. And let me see what's going on with it. People calling me, telling me, hey, we'll go check it out. So I said, okay, cool, boom. So now, Here goes Captain America. So I go check this movie out, right? What's the first thing I see in the goddamn movie? Okay, what's the first thing I see? All right, let me give you this. In Captain America, Brave New World, the primary antagonist called the leader, his name was also Dr. Samuel Stern, okay, which Samuel is another name for God, the God that y'all love so much. You understand? Okay, now let's continue. The New World, the primary antagonist, the leader, uses mind control to manipulate a group of individuals, mainly members of the U.S. military, to commit violent crimes. So if you think these little brothers out here shooting people under their own power, you're crazy. Okay, man, y'all truly don't understand how much mind control is in our communities. Not until you free yourself of your ignorance, it's only when you're going to start thinking for yourself. And at that point, people are going to start calling you crazy because you don't move like them. Like somebody hit me up a couple of days ago, and this brother hit me up, and he was like, "Will, man, now what you about to get into?" I said, "Man, I'm chilling, man. I ain't doing nothing." That nigga said, you in Atlanta, man. Atlanta going down. I know you about to do something in Atlanta." See, that has died. You understand? That thought process of wanting to be in the atmosphere with everybody, and that shit dies with the mind control. Okay, I'm about to go outside. I'm about to go outside. That dies, man. Okay, all right, and you find fun or enjoyment within yourself. So you don't need an outside force to make you happy. You don't need, a bottle of liquor to make you happy. You become something else. Just saying. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Now, this is Dr. Samuel Stearns, and he is the leader, the primary antagonist, the leader. Okay, all right. And he's doing all kind of mind control on people. And guess what, family? Hold on. Hold on. Not only, is he doing the mind control, he's doing it through music. So when everybody's kind of sitting around chilling, he'll play music through people's phones and wherever they are, like if they're at a gas station or whatever, and they got the little intercoms or something, they'll play the music and people will start killing each other. Don't that sound about right? In a movie called Captain America, where Captain America is a black man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got to think about this stuff, man. We got to think about this stuff, man. Let's keep kicking. Let's keep kicking. Okay. Now, Isaiah Bradley, he was the first Captain America. Okay. All right. He was the first Captain America. All right. Before the white boy. All right. All right. Before the white boy came and all of the white boy y'all know now, it was Isaiah Bradley. You understand? It was Isaiah Bradley. Okay. All right. Which is my man right here. Okay. Now understand this old dude right here, old school went to go talk to the modern Captain America, right? Okay. And which is the younger black dude, right? So he told him, he said, man, when they found out who I was and this and that, okay, they put me in jail or laboratory and they ran tests on me. They experimented on me for 30 years. Okay. Now, didn't they give you a whole movie of the clone Tyrone where the whole neighborhood was being experimented on? One day y'all will realize y'all an experiment, and then that will make you want to, rise up spiritually within yourself to defeat all of this stuff inside you. Because understand something, these people only have power over those who want to be human. They don't have power over those who are trying to ascend and get to higher levels of themselves, who are trying to get back to the quote unquote God level, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they don't have control over those people. They only have control over the ones, who believe in this world. Okay, all right. The lost niggas of this world, the lost women of this world, the Jesus believers, the God believers, and all of this. That's who they have control over. Okay. All right. So now he said he they was running all kind of experiments and tests on him, right? Okay, so let's keep kicking. Now you got Kanye West and his trainer Harley Pasternak. All right. Now let's see what Kanye told him. All right. What should be obvious by now, because I saw this on something. I said, oh, I got the it's just more and more information that is proven right, that we're under a certain control. Okay. What should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth regardless of the consequences. So I will say this again. I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me a manageable, well-behaved celebrity. Okay. All right. Now check this out. Check this out now. This is what this white guy told Kanye. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in facts and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to a zombie land and you go back to zombie land forever. And then he was being sarcastic. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. So this man is literally admitting, okay, that we attack people. And this is just Kanye. All right. And that's just him because he's on a bigger platform. Imagine what they do to you. So he's basically admitting, okay, in a goddamn text, telling Kanye, I'm about to do this to you if you keep set tripping. If you keep set tripping, I'm gonna do this to you. So y'all think y'all children and y'all brothers and sisters are under their own thought process. Huh. Y'all will find out one day, family, But like I said, I'm only here to give the information. The rest is on you. You understand? Monet, what's up, mama? So now let's keep kicking. Arrival. Now, me and my little bro was talking about this. I had a couple people watch this movie. When this movie came out in 2016, I did a breakdown of it. But I was nowhere in the ballpark. Matter of fact, this was me doing this video actually. I thought I knew something. I thought I had it all figured out. You understand? Okay, but like I said, I knew some stuff, but I was I off? But I did enough to make a point. I had to go back and watch myself 9-10 years ago when I did this video. You understand about this movie? All right. So now, let me give you this. Family. Okay. Now, this particular movie, Arrival. Okay. Now, this particular movie, Arrival, is a movie based on, of course, The original version came out in the early 80s, the mid 80s, something like that. And it was these 12 ships that come to quote unquote Earth, okay, and basically get the world to work together. All right, you understand? But now, the only way that can happen, they needed to awake the divine feminine to do so. Uh-oh. They had to, they didn't go to a man, they didn't go to all of these people. They went strategically to this woman, you understand, to connect with these beings, okay, to deliver a message. All right, to deliver a message. Now, let me get into this. Now, these particular beings, which was crazy, these beings were jet black. All right, and they were putting symbols on his screen, okay, on his glass, okay, and that's one of the symbols right there. Okay, so now this woman, she was decoding the symbols, she was communicating with them. Nobody else can really communicate with them but her. Okay, all right, and again, these beings were jet black. All right, so now let me give you this. Okay, so these beings were basically letting her know. All right, these beings were basically letting her know that this needs to be the language of all people. Boom, here we go. Right, okay, she's starting to point it out, figure it out, things of that nature, and then she started to break it down. Okay, all right. So every circle, every design was a word, and she was able to decode. She was able to decode the whole thing, all of the circles that was given, and she wrote a book, the universal language. You understand? And she wrote a book, and this book, now understand something. This book was given to the world. Now the world has one language now. You understand? Okay, so now, what does that mean when the world has one language? Okay, what does that mean when the world has one language now? Okay, all right. So, what that represents is the heart coming back into its power. That's what that represents. The heart coming back to its divine power. You understand? Okay. All right. That's what that represents. So, and how do we know that? How do we know that's what that represents? Let's go further. Let's go further, family. Let's go further. The Tower of Babel. Like I said, it was a language. You understand? She created a universal language so no one can be separated from each other. We can all communicate. I can call somebody in Russia and have a great conversation. You can call somebody in New Zealand and have a good conversation, so forth and so on. Okay, all right, without a language barrier. Okay, this is the representation of love coming into being, of a clean heart coming into being. Okay, the heart weighed against the feather. You understand? Okay, the Tower of Babel. What is this? What is this? Now, this is coming from Genesis 11, 1 and 9, right? So now let's give you the overview of this story. Let's give you the overview of this story. All right. So now the story. After the flood, humans united by a single language. Here we go, the language. After the flood, humans united by a single language decide to build, okay, decide to build a city and a tower that reach the heavens to make a name for themselves. Okay. God, check this out now. Check this shit out, man. God's response. God, observing their ambition and ability to work together, fears they might become too powerful and decide to intervene. Now, think about that. How is that a good God? Huh. How is that a good God? That God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. You have these people trying to get to a certain place, right? But this God, like, hell no, you ain't coming up here with me. I'm about to shut y'all down. Not only did he intervene, check it out. God confuses their language, causing them to misunderstand each other and unable to continue building the tower. Okay, the people are scattered across the earth, and the tower is left unfinished. Okay, all right. So when we talk about the whole language barrier, and let's talk about the language barrier itself. Okay, all right. Most of us, and this just on a mundane level, most of us can't even communicate with each other based on the fact that we can't talk to each other. Okay, a translator can only do so much. All right. Imagine if you can call your brothers and sisters, in Zimbabwe or wherever, okay, and have a conversation. You understand? It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna get more into that God who y'all love. You understand? But I'm gonna give you this understanding right here. Okay, I'm gonna give you this understanding right here. The original language, and this is the reason why I tell people. This is the reason why I tell people, man. You know, um, in order for you to get up here with this information, this wisdom and knowledge of self. Okay, all right. You have to let go of all of this down here because 90% of the information that you were taught when you first woke up is wrong. Okay, man, a white man did this, man, a white man conquered Egypt, man, a white man did this, and the white. No, man. The white boy has no power. Our teachings when we first wake up, okay, when we first wake up, family, the way we talk about the white boy, you would think he's the strongest mug in the world. Okay, he conquered the people of Ethiopia. He conquered the people, in Ghana. He conquered the people in Egypt. He conquered. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, this white boy is powerful. How the hell he conquering all these black nations? So our teachings make him sound like he is the king of all kings, and we don't even realize this. Okay, all right. Through our so-called teachings, when we first start giving this information and listen to our elders and things of this nature, okay, all right, we not even realizing we putting a white boy on a pedestal. We're basically saying he's the most strongest person in the world. If he have the ability to conquer every black nation, because that's what we teach. Okay, and we don't even think because we're so emotionally driven. We don't even think like this. The way I'm laying it out to you right now. Okay, but if you sit back and think, well, damn, it's not adding up. If the white boy can't be in the sun, okay, all right. If every football player, basketball player, if the greatest of every sport is a black person, okay. If black people created this, that, if black people did all this stuff, they're the fastest, the strongest, can jump the highest, but yet and still, the white boy had the ability to conquer country after country after country. That don't sound right. Okay, that don't sound right. Well, Will, he may be smarter. Well, that's not true either. Okay, all right, algebra, geometry, all that stuff was already here. Okay, calculus, and then the version that you got in school is dumbed down completely. Okay, so he's not the smartest, he's not the strongest, ain't nothing about him is on your level, but yet and still we teach that he conquered you. You're not hearing a disparity within these stories. See, you're not thinking because Because first of all, you're worshiping the person that gave you the information. So man, I know my elder didn't lie to me. I know my elder didn't lie to me. Okay, that's strike one against you. That's strike one against you. Okay, all right. So now you can't even think that this information cannot be wrong. You can't even come to grips with it because you worship the man or woman who told you. Because you feel like they brought you out of misery. You know, they made you feel good about yourself, which they probably did. It is what it is. You know, you run across that first teacher when you first wake up. You understand? And they give you knowledge and they give you all of this stuff, man. And they teach you and they say some good stuff. Hey, man, you got to focus on yourself and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Of course you're going to feel good. So it's nowhere in your head you're going to think this person is lying to you because they don't even know. Okay, because they just following what the hell that person told them. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Let's continue. The people are scattered across the earth, and the tower is left unfinished. Okay? All right? The tower is left unfinished. Now, check this out. The English language was, and the reason why I talked about the white boy and all of that, because we teach each other that the white boy came up with the English language. Okay? Understand. The white boy can't wipe his ass properly. How is he going to come up with a whole language? He is not. He does not have the capabilities of that. Okay? All right? I know. Oh, damn. Will, what you saying? What you saying? Listen. The only white boy that has the capabilities of going deeper is the white boy today. Now, why is that? Because grandma like that black pickle. Okay, all right. You understand? Okay, all right. The white woman love having sex with the black man. Okay, so now they're making babies and things of this nature. Okay, so now the so-called white race is not even a white race anymore. Okay, this is the reason why you got white girls fine as them things is built. They cut up now. You understand? Okay, when I was in high school, just 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I'm in high school. White girls didn't look like that at all. Okay, so you're a modern day white person. Okay, has melanin running all through them. Okay, all right. Especially white people who were born in the 90s and the early 2000s. That's not regular white folk. None of them. Okay, that is a different breed of white person right there. Okay, the late 80s, stuff like that. All right. All of those white folk, their grandmother was getting down with a black man, or vice versa. Okay, all right. So now the white boy today, yes, he can come up with certain things. Why? Because he have us inside of him. But the white boy before that had no ability at all. Okay, the white boy before that didn't have the know-how to even think that high to create a complete language again. Because we don't tap in, because we're not leaving ourselves and going sit amongst the energies and things of this nature, okay? And we just reading what somebody told us in the book, and we think that's it. And we're so ego-driven, okay? We don't even think that it cannot be the truth, okay? And we believe in slavery so much. Now I ain't about to get into that. Not right now, anyway. All right, not right now, anyway. So. All right. So no, the white boy did not create the English language. All right. So the English language is the original language. All right. It's the original language. It's the original language. After the flood, humans united by a single language. That was the English language. Now understand, it was not we didn't all write the English language the same. Some of us wrote the English language a certain way. Some other people wrote it their way. Some people wrote it this way, whatever. Right? That's how we did it. That's how we did it. Okay, all right. So now what you see today, all right, is a mundane version, okay, of what the English language looked like when it's written. And by everybody writing the same way, okay, all right, it has removed all of the energy that was once that language out of it. Okay, let me give you an example. So boom, goddess friend of mine. This was 2017, I think. Okay, she was a monster artist. Okay, all right. She can see something in her mind and draw it. Okay, all right. So at that time, I taught her how to go into the mind and see things and all of that. So boom, she ended up having a dream. Okay, all right. And herself came through and told her, hey, mosquitoes are not real. Mosquitoes is actually technology. And then she drew it and sent me the picture. And that's her initials underneath the belly of the mosquito. Mosquitoes are not real. That is not a real thing. That is actually technology. Okay, this is why if a mosquito is on you, remove it immediately. Okay, all right. And not only was she able to do stuff like this, I mean, she all kind of masterful work that she did. Okay, but now check this out. Let me get into this. So I remember I called her one morning, and I told her what had happened to me. So now, so I'm coming out of a dream. Okay, I'm on the road in my truck. I'm coming out of I'm on the road. So I'm in my sleeper. Get some rest so I can hit the road. So now I'm sleeping good. And next thing you know, I'm in that in between state. Right? I'm in the in between state. So in that in between state, I'm moving around, about to wake up. Y'all know what the in between state is when you're about to get up. And then I see something lean over me and say, what's up, Will? What's up, in this voice? Now, mind you, at the time, I'm dealing with the deities heavy. Okay, all right. And I'm dealing with Baal at that time, Bael. In church, they call him Beelzebub. Okay, the so-called demon. All right, he's the head of the 72 Goetia. You understand? Because I was into that a lot early on. You understand? So now this Baal, okay, which I know now was only myself. You understand? Ash, what's up, man? So the entity come over my face. What's up, Will? So I look spiritually. And I grab him. Okay, and that nigga shot a bolt of energy within me, shook me up, and I woke up like, what the hell going on? What the hell? So now understand this. So I saw him sitting on my bed, okay, because I was about to get up, get my morning started, get my coffee, whatever, hit the road. So I see him sitting on the end of my bed, little short fellow, crazy little face, So I'm like, what you got there? He said, I have an ancient book here. So the book had cobwebs on it, and it had an eye on the book, a quote unquote third eye on the book. So now I laid down, went into my particular state. I come up out the body, and I sat down next to him. You understand? So I'm sitting down next to him, and I'm like, what is that? He said, this is the original English language and how it was written. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, this is how it was written. This is how some of you wrote the English language. And I was like, what? So now I call my homegirl. I'm like, yo, I need you to go in. I need you to go into the mind. Okay. I'm gonna send you this book spiritually. Okay, I'm gonna send you this book. I want you to open that book up, and I want you to write my name. Okay, within 45 minutes, she had went into a particular state. Okay, and then she wrote my name in that language, and she sent it to me. Blew me away. And when I'm reading this stuff, they told me then, this is 2017. They told me, they said, Will, you don't find it odd that the English language might be the only language that's in every country? Every country has the English language in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They show you this in movies all the time. Okay? Somebody will go to Russia, somebody will go to Germany, somebody will go wherever, and then they'll meet somebody and they'll be like, oh, you speak English? They'll be like, yeah, like it's nothing. Okay? You never see people saying, oh, I speak Chinese, cats who live in Africa. Cats who live, the only people that speak Chinese are the Chinese, and people who just want to learn the language. But English, the so-called English language, was the language of the land, of all people at one time. And then this God confuses their language, causing them to misunderstand each other and unable to continue building. The people are scattered across the earth and the tower is left unfinished. Basically saying, okay, the reason why the Chinese speak Chinese is because this particular God, and I'm going to get to that, this particular God gave them that language so we can stay separate from each other, family. But yet and still black, okay, or what you call melanated, whatever you want to call or use, okay, you're going to find that in every country. The first Germans are black people. The first Russians are black people. The first Chinese, Japanese, okay, all right, they are all black people. Okay, all right, and that's how you know things switched up later. We were all speaking one tongue, but we wrote it differently. Depending on where we were, we wrote it to our tribe, to our own tribes. That's how we wrote the English language. So this particular writing right here, okay, this probably was a certain tribe somewhere who wrote just like this. Okay, all right. Whereas another tribe somewhere else, would have wrote Will Copprue a whole nother way. You understand? You get it? Okay, all right. So the English language is the language of God, my nigga. Okay, is the language of the elder beings. Okay, all right. But like I say, this particular God was so mad that he wanted to confuse the people to shut them down. Okay, let's dive more into him. The secret book of John, the gospel, the Gnostic text. So when you see the word Gnostic, it's about to expose some shit. You should know this already. You understand? Let's get it popping. The demiurge. The demiurge is the being who created the material world, often identified with the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, in Gnostic traditions. Okay, Victoria, how you doing? What's going on? Okay, inferiority. In many Gnostic systems, the demiurge is not seen as the ultimate or highest God, but rather an inferior creator. Let's keep going. Negative attributes. The demiurge is often depicted as ignorant, malicious, or simply incompetent in creating the material world. Okay, one more time. Here we go. Some Gnostic systems portray the demiurge as intentionally entrapping aspects of the divine in materiality, while others view him as merely incompetent in replicating the divine world. Actually, it's both. Okay, now check this out about this goddamn demiurge. Okay, now, didn't I tell y'all about this particular story here? If you go back and look at the video that I did for 4.5 hours, okay, I talk about, how this quote unquote demiurge is nothing other than yourself. Okay, all right, you were the one that you know what? I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna take it a step further. Okay, we're gonna take it a step further. Now, okay, now, so remember I told y'all we were enslaved. We were enslaved outside of this ball right here. Okay, all right. That is the original world. I'm gonna get back to that too later on. Okay, all right. Share it up, like it up, family. Y'all know what it is. So, Dionysus, what's good, brother? So the outside world, outside of this ball, okay, is the infinite plane where we are from. Okay, but again, like I told you, we started set tripping. We were on the ego trip, and we were placed inside of this prison, which is this ball right in the middle. You understand? Okay, boom. Here go the movie Immortals, came out on 11/11/11. Now, in this movie Immortals, okay, which is quote unquote is breaking down the Greek mythology, and in the Greek mythology, we are representation of the Titans. The Titans were put inside of this ball, family. You understand? And they were put in a gold prison for eternity. Okay, this is the gold prison that they were put in. Now, this is the movie Eternals. Now, how is it that these people who are enslaved, okay, they made sure to color their skin a dark color? Huh? How crazy is that? They didn't let these actors stay, quote unquote, Caucasoid. All right. All right. They took it upon themselves to make them into a darker color being. Why? Because this is a representation of you, the divine black man and woman. Okay, all right. And us being in prison, okay, this represents us being humans. Okay, all right. We weren't never supposed to be humans, family. All right, that's not something that we were supposed to do. So when you want to be human, you are wrong, my nigga, and you will suffer because of it. All right, you're gonna suffer in life, okay, and you're gonna might have to come back to know you're gonna come back to this motherfucker and continue your suffering until you break free from your own ignorance, okay, and denounce yourself as a human. Okay, all right. Ain't none of that, man. Okay, all right. I don't do no Zodiac. I don't want nothing connected to me, man. You understand? But other people might hit me up and be like, "Will, when is your birthday?" And I say, "Well, the birthday that they gave me is July 12th." They're like, "What you mean they gave you?" I said, "I don't know when I was born. Nobody do, nigga. Nobody can prove when they was born. Okay, you don't know if your mama telling you the truth. You don't know that. Okay, you don't remember the day you was born. You didn't look up at the time and was like, oh, okay, that clock say blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, the calendar say this. You didn't know nothing about nothing. So you have no clue when you was born. Nothing. Okay, all right. But in order for these people to keep you enslaved mentally, physically, spiritually, okay, you start to accept these things about yourself. You start to accept, oh, I'm Will Copprue, man. I graduated high school and this and that. I did this and I did that. I did that. All of the old foolishness. Okay, all right. But I understand most of you love being human, and because of it, you'll be back to enjoy yourself again. It is what it is. Capiche? So now, it's no coincidence that in this movie, the Immortals, okay, the Immortals are enslaved, and they are, as you can see, they color them damn near black. They made them into black people. Now, The gods. This is why months ago, I talked about I need to stop using the word God because God is a negative term. Okay, now the gods in this movie were all white boys. Okay, all right. They were the white boys who were trying to enslave the black people. That's what's happening to us now. Okay, all right. That's why everything is set up how it is. Okay, so these white boys enslaved these black people called the Titans, all these ancient beings. Okay, all right, all right. Uh oh. All right, so something told me to watch this too, or I think I randomly turned this on or something like that. I was trying to figure it out, and hold on, let's get back to this right here. Some Gnostic systems portray the demiurge as intentionally entrapping aspects of the divine basically in the material world, right? Here we go, family. Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, how do they put this stuff in movies in your face and we don't see it? The black man. This black man is the demiurge of this movie, and he's also you. He has power. Okay, all right. And just like in the Bible, when the Bible says this guy want to be worshipped, this guy says he's the only God. You worship him and only him. Okay, in this particular movie, this man was creating worlds and enslaving. Before I get into that, let me show you this. So when he would create the world, he would put a statue of himself in the world so everybody would worship him. This is you, black man, black woman. Yeah, you were a piece of shit. Oh, y'all don't like that, but I'm gonna go a step further. But check this out though. In this movie, he creates these animals. Okay, he put these animals in these machines. They could be a turtle, they could be a turtle. They could be a turtle. It could be like a little fox or something like that, right? It could be a raccoon, whatever. And when they put it in the machine, the animal would basically turn into a human, and it would be able to walk around. And in so many words, he would tell that being that I'm your creator, I made you. What does that sound like, family? Yakub. The Yakub story. This is the creation of the white boy. The white boy was created. The white boy was created. The white boy was created by you, family. How about that? Okay, so when you get into the Yakub story, Yakub wanted to be worshipped by the white boy. He wanted to be worshipped. That's why he created the white boy. He created the white boy because he wanted somebody to look up to him. This is why he has statues in every world. Feast your eyes, family. This is yourself in the past. I'm not done with you, family. Okay, all right. This is a spiritual ass whooping for you. Okay, all right. So you can understand what the hell truly went down. This is the information that all of these elders and all that, they don't want you to hear this about yourself. Okay, they don't want you to hear what black people truly did. Okay, all right. Not only did we create the white man, okay, which they showed in this movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, all right. We also needed him to worship us. Okay, all right. And then from that particular point, check it out. And from that particular point, that black man, okay, got caught up by our supreme selves, and we were put in prison. You get it? You start understanding now? Okay, we were put in prison. Okay, all right, now check this out. I'm about to take you somewhere. Okay, now, in hold on, let me go all the way back. Okay, so now it says God, observing their ambition and ability to work together, fears that they might become too powerful and decided to intervene. We did that, family. Okay, all right. We were mad and we were jealous and we were pissed off. Okay, so we switched up everything. We made everybody language different. Oh, I know y'all don't want to hear this. Oh, you don't want to hear this about your goddamn self. Because you so quick to blame the white boy for everything. The white man killing us. Who gives a fuck, nigga? Give a fuck about that shit. Okay? All right, that's your creation. You did it. And we got movies, information to back it up. Drake, what's up, mama? What's going on with you, girl? Okay, all right, we did this. Okay, all right, this is the divine language. This was the original English language. Okay, that we put together. Okay, all right. Okay, with all of this stuff that's talking about us. Okay, they imprison our ass, our true selves in a sense. Okay, all right. Okay, now check this out. Like I say, man, I was just so happy, just coincidentally watching certain movies. Okay, just watching certain movies. All right, here goes Thor's older sister in Thor Ragnarok. Thor's older sister, his eldest. Okay, right. So now she was so powerful. She was a dog. Now she was a fucking gangster. She was so powerful. Okay, he wanted to fight her and he threw his hammer at her. She caught the hammer and broke it up like it was nothing. When nobody else was able to hold a hammer but Captain America, okay, which we saw. But she grabbed the hammer like it was nothing. Why? Why was she able to grab the hammer? We're going to get back to that. Okay, we're going to get back to that. Now, this is her, okay, when she came out of basically purgatory in a sense, okay, or hell. So Odin, the father of Thor, okay, wanted to cover up some stuff, so he cast his daughter into this prison, okay, and then when he died, she became free. So now she's looking up at the ceiling at this mural, this beautiful mural that's on the ceiling in Asgard. We're gonna get back to Asgard in the end. Okay, all right. So now you're looking at all these beautiful drawings, and she's looking at all this. She's like, that's lies. That is lies. Okay, now check this out, family. Check this out now. Okay, all the beautiful stuff, people eating together, people standing together, all that beautiful stuff. Don't they tell you? Oh man, ooh wee, boy, I had felt that thing in my spirit. I thought I was in church. Man, boy. Don't they tell you, don't your elders and all these people, all these so-called historians tell you, man, black people were peaceful. We was a peaceful people. We were nature people and all of this and all of that. Well, it's crazy because in this movie, okay, she's talking to this guy right here and she's looking up at the mural on the ceiling. She's like, this is a lie. This is not who Odin was. Okay, just like you, black man and woman. Oh, the black, white people doing this to us. White people like you innocent, nigga. Like you innocent. You playing victim. That's why they gave you slavery, because they wanted you to be a goddamn victim. Okay, all right. So here goes the goddess of death. They called her the goddess of death. So she looking at the mural, and she looking at it like, that's not what it is. So she fired some swords out of her arms. Check this out. And when she fired the swords, the mural came down and it revealed this. It revealed Odin with the crown on, with the fire all around him. Check this out now. Check out what the mural that was covering this thing up. Check out what it revealed. It revealed her with the hammer. She was the first one with the hammer because her and her father killed people, slaughtered people. This what you don't know about yourself, black man, black woman. You a piece of fucking shit, nigga. Okay, and the only way you get yourself right is through your heart. So all this crying about the white man this and the white man that, you the issue. You the problem. But we covered that shit up. We covered it up and made it look like we were peaceful. We were loving Africans. We were, the white man took advantage of us and all of that. Nah, nigga, you were a piece of shit. Okay? She was the original one with the hammer. That's her hammer. Okay, that's not Thor's hammer. Okay, all right, and look at her and her father slaughtering people, destroying people, killing people, her and the army, destroying people, man. Okay, all right, this is the stuff that y'all don't want to accept about yourself. You don't want to accept this about yourself. Okay, all right, this is why you got to get your heart right. We gonna keep going because I'm about to take you on the trip. You understand? Okay, this is why you got to get your heart together. Okay, because you were a fucked up person in the past. With all that power, 15, 20 feet tall, able to walk through walls, anything, you were limitless. And you used that for evil. You piece of shit. Black man, black woman. Black man, black woman. But yet and still, you want to see the white man. You want to see the white man. Go watch these movies, okay? All right? Watch how she exposed the truth about black people. When you go listen to these cats out here trying to tell you was a loving person. You was this, you was that. And the white man and his evil ways came and took you from Africa. Came and took you when you was in your home eating tomato soup with your beautiful children. Nigga, stop it. Child, please. Nigga, you was finding ways to kill motherfuckers. Fuck out of here. Okay? Fuck out of here. That was you. This was you. You were the motherfucker with all the power. If you watch this movie, he had all kind of power. All kind of power. Okay? He would snap his fingers and light would come out of his body and destroy everybody. Powerful motherfucker. Powerful, now. Okay? Powerful. All right, so they showed you in the movie that the black man is the problem. Okay, and the white boy only doing what you made him to do. Okay, so people say, man, the white boy be doing all this stuff, man, he don't even care. He don't even care. Of course he don't care. You made him from animal parts. Okay? You made him from wildlife. Okay, you only put about maybe 2 to 3% of yourself into him in order to wake him up. But the rest of his body, okay, is wildlife. Okay, this is the reason why when a white man and a black man stand next to each other, okay, his torso is about 3 to 5 inches longer than a black person because you made him off the backs of wolves. You took the spine of wolves and dogs and you made him. Black man, black woman, this is you. This is your doing. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't want to accept this. Let me talk to you. I didn't want to accept it because I was told that we were so peaceful. I was told that the white man is this and the white. I was told that. You understand? Okay. But the more and more I kept going, the more and more I was going within myself, they started spilling the beans because they felt like I was ready to receive. Okay. And then they started showing me the disparity between black people and white people. Okay. That we are not even in the same, like we are cosmic entities. We wasn't even supposed to do that with them. Okay, you understand? Because they were made of animal. But like I said, right now, the reason why white girls look like they do, black, white boys walking around, tattoos, beards, all this shit, like shit different now. Like I got some white partners right now, motherfucker, cool as a fan, like shit different now. You understand? Based on us getting together, right? So now, okay, I didn't want to accept it. Okay, all right. I didn't want to be like I was the one did this. All right, and it was showing me. It was showing me slaughtering people. I was seeing this shit, man. I'm like, bruh, no, bro, this can't be it. So you want to know why? I teach how I teach now. That everything, is about the heart now. More than ever before. Okay, it's because of that shit that I was seeing. Okay, all right. And then when you look at the Gnostic text, and when you look at this stuff, it hits different now. Because before I looked at the Gnostic as a demiurge as just something being the ego. Hell no, ain't no goddamn ego. Nigga, that was you in the past. Okay, and that was you that's actually existing now. So the God of the Bible now is actually the white boy. Okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's keep kicking, man. Let's keep kicking. Let's keep kicking. Let's keep kicking. Let's see what we got next. Let's see what we got next. Now, so I said all of that to bring you here. Okay, all right. I said all of that about you being despicable in the past. Okay, you being a piece of shit in the past. Okay, all right, to take you here, family. All right, so you can start to see your own F ups. And now you can see yourself, damn, bro, I really got to get my heart right. And when you do start getting your heart right, certain things going to start happening. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All of these books, family, represent another life that is happening right now, simultaneously with the life that you have right now. These books represent another life that's happening right now, simultaneously with the life you have right now. Let's keep kicking. The light and our soul inside has separated itself to exist within multiple realities simultaneously for one divine purpose. I know that guy too. Once again, the light and our soul inside has separated itself to exist within multiple realities simultaneously for one divine purpose. Let's get into this. The Rig Veda. So it's and my little bro was dropping it on me. You understand? I know he read something to me, and I started looking at some other stuff, but it's multiple texts that talk about this. You understand? So let's start here. The Rig Veda. Let's see what it says. The Rig Veda, a foundational text in Hinduism, may contain hints of a multiverse concept through its descriptions of multiple realms and interconnectedness of existence. Let's keep going, family. Okay, all right. The Chakata, the Cheetah, what is it? The Cheetah Kasha. That's what it is. The Cheetah Kasha Gita. All right. Okay, so this is something you can look up. All right, these is a collection of writings of sacred texts. Okay, all right, you can look this one up and you can look this one up. Okay, and this particular Gita says the concept of Chakita Kasha, a realm of pure consciousness, is believed to be a gateway to the multiverse, which some sages are able to travel. I'm going to say that one more time. Okay. The Chitakasha, a realm of pure consciousness, is believed to be a gateway to the multiverse, which some sages are able to travel. Okay. Now, let me throw this in there, family. Let me throw this in there. Nah, I'm going to get to the end and then we're going to get to it. Now, let's touch on this. The Yoga Vasista. Okay. Let's get on that. The Yoga Vasista. All right. So this particular text says, this text also refers to multiple universes, describing them as arising and returning to a state of tranquility like a child's play. I'm going to read that one more time. This text also refers to multiple universes, describing them as arising and returning to a state of tranquility like a child's play. Two of the, me personally, the number one and number two movie or series in existence today, period. There is nothing more powerful than these two that talk about multiple timelines and you existing on multiple fronts. Okay? All right? There's not one thing more powerful than these two. Okay? Everything Everywhere All at Once, and of course Loki, the series on Disney. All right. So here goes Loki, and he ended up meeting his many different Lokis. Okay. He ended up meeting many different Lokis. All right. He even a black man on one timeline as a Loki. Okay. Here goes Evelyn. All right. She finds out all her different beings. Okay. She's even a cartoon in a certain on one timeline. She's even a cartoon, man. You understand? Okay. All right. So now understand something here. Okay. So we have these texts that talk about this stuff is real, right? All right. Loki, Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right. So now let's get to this, family. Now let me talk to you. So, like I said, based on the fact that I have been able to accept the fact of that I messed up in the past. Okay. All right. I've been doing hard work for I don't know how long. Okay. And acceptance. All right. I am accepting the fact that I am not Will Copprue. That is a figment of people's imagination. Okay. I don't have a birthday. I'm not a zodiac sign. Okay. You understand? I'm not black. I'm none of this stuff. Whatever that makes me human, it does not exist, and I don't subscribe to it. Based on that, okay, my heart becomes greater. And because of that, this thing says, the concept of Chitakasha, a realm of pure consciousness, is believed to be a gateway to the multiverse, which some sages are able to traverse. Understand, I don't call myself no sage, but understand something. I've seen about 12 or 13 of my lives in the past 2 weeks. Damn, every time I go to sleep, I'm in another place. And I'm like, damn. I went to one world where I was blue and green. Crazy. But that's only because of the hard work that has been done that I'm able to travel. So I've been traveling, going from world to world to world to world to world. Okay, all right. Some of my people hit me up like, "Nigga, you ain't answering the phone no more. What's going on? Nigga, where you been at?" You know, my people got to check on me sometime, man. You know, my home girl, man, my spirit sister on here. You know, but that's what's been going on. Okay, so not only do we have the text that say it, okay, when your heart becomes something, okay, when your heart becomes something, you can go through these walls. Remember, I talked about in the last video, if y'all recall, I say you can only go so far. Your frequency has to match the doors to go other places. If your frequency don't match, you cannot travel. Okay, all right. So by me doing so much work over the years, okay, all right, I've come to a place to where I'm able to travel and see. Damn, every time I close my eyes, I'm on another timeline. Okay, all right. So much so, I know a brother. I know a brother that here right now, crazy dude goofy as hell. So I'm on this timeline, okay, where now let me say this. About 90% of you on other timelines, we still know each other. Now we might not have the same relationship. We may be real brothers and sisters, whereas here, you have a different mother, I have a different mother, or whatever. You understand? So it may be different, and the age may vary. You understand? Okay, all right. I went to one timeline where I'm a Chinese man, and he's about 1,000 years in front of me. Okay, where I went to another timeline that's a couple hundred years behind me. Okay, all right. I'm telling you this shit. This shit is real as a motherfucker, man. Okay, it's crazy. All right, and because I'm seeing this, it takes me completely away from the thought process that this is real. See, when you only have an understanding that this place is all there is, okay, you take it serious. But when you see all these other places that's running simultaneously with this, you don't take it serious anymore. So now it's just different. Like a yesterday, yesterday or day before yesterday, a partner of mine, my nigga Dre. My nigga Dre died, made the transition. He was young, late 30s, early 40s, something like that. He checked up out of here. Okay, all right. So now, I see a lot of people they crying over Dre and everything. Myself, I'm like, I wonder. The first thing I wonder is, no, I didn't wonder. The first thing I said was, that nigga not dead. He's dead here. Okay, he died here, but that nigga alive on about 40 other goddamn timelines. You heard me? For real, for real. That nigga's alive on about 40 other timelines, man. For real, for real. Okay, so death, all this stuff, it just falls to the wayside, man. It's like whatever, man. Because you truly don't leave. You just don't. Okay, until a certain time period. And then that's what happened. But you not dying. We crying over people. Oh no, my baby died. Get your heart right. Okay, let go of this Jesus and my kids, my family, my this, my that. Let go of the concept of all of that shit and watch you start traveling. And the same person you think is dead, you gonna go sit down and see him and sit right next to him. And be like, nigga, I thought you died. First of all, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Because they're trying to figure out how you got here. Like they're trying to figure that out. Okay, it is what it is. All right, shit different, man. Okay, all right. So it's perks, my nigga. It's perks of getting your heart right. The disconnection is crazy. The happiness is crazy. Something you have never seen before. Your kids, your husband, your wife, whoever will never make you that happy ever. Why? Because all of that stuff is basis of being a human. And nothing human will bring you to ascended levels of tranquility. Nothing. I'm just saying. Okay? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right? Check it out. I went to one place where I was in a club. Okay? I saw my niece who's here. Okay? I saw my niece who's here. I saw my sister who's here, my big sister. Okay. I saw an officer who I didn't know, and then I saw a little girl who's my great niece here. You understand? So now I see them, and then I end up at a club in the next scene or whatnot. And I'm in this club, and I see a brother that I know went to school with. I'm like, yo, what's good, brother? What's going on? What's going on? And then I see his twin come next to him, and I'm looking at them, you know, in the mind. I'm like, yo, what's good? I ain't seen y'all in a minute. So I snap out of this vision, okay? And when I come to, I'm like, hold up. That nigga not a twin. He's not a twin here. On this timeline, he's not a twin. But on that one, he's a twin. So not only are you on multiple timelines, you also can be a twin, my nigga. You also can be a twin. Okay, or triplets. Can you imagine walking up the street and you got two more of you walking around? You know how much trouble your ass will make? I'm just saying, family. So this brother is one person here, but on that timeline where I was, he was a twin. So they may have people here on this timeline who twins, septuplets, all this type of stuff. Okay, but on another timeline, they're one person. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Okay, it is crazy. You know, but like I say, man, it deals with your heart, and your frequency have to match your travels. You ain't going nowhere if you don't let go of your human thoughts. Yes, sure. Listen to me. Listen to me. I told my little bro, I'm at a place now on this walk. I'm at a place now on this walk, family, to where I have to watch football. I'm at a place to where I have to, talk to my partners or something, about some kind of rap or something. It's like I have to kind of force myself to be human, because if I don't, I check up out of here. So that's how far gone I am in traveling and seeing this stuff. Okay, all right. It's to the point to where it's like, it's at the point, it's just different. Okay, it's just different. All right, so I got to watch, the women's basketball, which I think is better than the men's basketball, because I can't stand the NBA. It's trash. Soft ass niggas, they trash. It is what it is. But it is what it is, man. Okay. But now let me tell you why, family. Let me tell you why these timelines were even set up. Okay. Let me tell you why they were even set up. Let's get into it. Now, the Yoga Vasista. Okay. This one says, this text also refers to multiple universes, describing them as arising and returning to a state of tranquility, like a child's play. Okay. Now, let me say this. So what does that mean? This timeline thing, it was put in place. Okay. All right. So that light, all right. Say we have 1 gallon of water. Okay. 1 gallon of water, and you have 10 cups. Okay, and you have 10 cups. So outside of this place, you are that 1 gallon of water. Okay, but in here, inside, hold on, where is it? Let me see. Did I pass it up? There you go, right here. So now on the outside of that globe, right? On the outside of that globe is only 1 gallon of water. You are one being with other beings around you and things of that nature. Okay. But inside you split. Okay. You listening? You split. Okay, so now that 1 gallon of water goes into 10 different cups. And now each cup represent a timeline. Y'all listening? Each cup represent a timeline. Okay, all right. So not only do you have this timeline that has to get their heart right, you got other timelines that have to do the same thing. Okay, you understand? Other timelines have to do the same thing. So all of this stuff has to be about the heart. Okay, all of it is happening like that for a reason. It's happening like that for a reason, family. Okay. All right. You got to understand that. Okay. So hold on 1 second. Yeah. So now, okay. So now every glass that has water in it is now light that has to get their heart together. Okay. So now check this out. Now let me give you this. Let me give you this. Let me give you this, family. So each cup, each one of these lights, or each one of these lines, at some point, hold on, hold on. Let me show you this. So if you saw behind me, okay, every single one has to make one to come back in order for you to ascend. So when that text say, this thing is about becoming tranquil, okay, like child's play. All of these timelines at some point in time is going to become one. Okay, all right. But it starts with you in the here and now. Sure, I've seen multiple timelines. I've seen multiple me's. I've seen myself as a woman. I've seen myself as a certain being, look like some shit off Power Rangers. I saw myself with a nose this goddamn long hanging off my face. I didn't know what the hell that was. You understand? So I'm seeing all of this, but all of that stuff is put in place for at some point it has to meet up and become one. But it starts with the here and now, because I can only control what's going on with me here. You dig it? I can only control this. I can't control all that other stuff. Okay, all right. So once this happened, it'd be like a domino effect. It'd be like a domino effect. And all these other lives are going to just fall into place. And at that point, family, and at that point, you are at the point of no return. You are at the point of no return. Okay? You are at the point of no return, which is when you leave this body and this thing go on the ground, okay, you go back home. You go back home. Now, this is Asgard, of course, which is off Thor, right? But let me tell you something I saw yesterday. Okay. I remember a story that Bobby talked about. Bobby Hemmett talked about when C. Freemanel made the transition. When C. Freemanel died, C. Freemanel was able to give a message to Brother Bobby and to some of his people. And see, Freemanella said, I made it. I'm here. I'm at the top. So now, one of the places that I saw yesterday, okay, you see how it is this huge temple in the back at Asgard right here? Well, the temple was about 5 times bigger than that. And it was amazing. Okay, all right. And it was dark skinned people with gold robes on. I'm talking about we were immaculate. So this is why it's so important. So when you come out of this fear, or not, it's not even a fear. When you come out of this thing, I was only using that, as an example. So this is not a sphere. This is not what this is. Okay, all right. This is a spiritual prison that we're in right now. Okay, I was only using that as an example. Okay, so when we leave out of this thing, okay, all right, you damn near have to go back to church and be on some anointing stuff. Okay, all right, divine heart, no blemishes in your heart, no nothing to stop yourself from coming back here. Okay, all right, and like I said, it's a domino effect. Once you leave out of here, you going back, and then eventually your other selves will come and follow. Okay, you understand? All right, so you have to get out of this mindset that this is the human experience, because you will always fail, you will always suffer if you walking around with that thought process. Okay, all right, and depending on how you think, if you want your life to be beautiful, then your heart can do it for you. If you want your life to be great and all of that and prosperous and all of those words, your heart can do it for you. Okay. All right. You can be at a certain level right now. You could be worth $40 million. And if your heart not right, you're gonna be broke in 6 months. Okay. Especially when you know something. Your divine self will kill you and take you the fuck up out of here and make sure you come back. So you can't get by. You can't be slick. You can't scam your way into this. Okay, you can't human your way into this. Okay, all right. Money not gonna help you here, my nigga. Okay, your cars and stuff not gonna help you with this. You're gonna have to sit down, okay, and relinquish your human self. Okay, it is what it is. So with that being said, family, y'all put some questions up in here. Y'all go ahead and put some questions up in here. Y'all put some questions up in here, family. How y'all doing, man? I can't stand this dude. Boy, I tell you, man. Oh man. Yeah, man. Where y'all at, family? Joanne, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? No questions, no questions, family. No questions, no questions. Let me get into some of these comments, man. That means there's infinite realms, right? Because we are infinite. No, it's not infinite. It's not infinite. No, it's not infinite. This is a method. This is a purpose that's going on right now. So for it to be infinite, then it wouldn't be a purpose no more. It wouldn't be a purpose. It'd just be random. But none of this is random. This is a strategic thing that happened to us. Okay, all right. Our divine selves said enough is enough. Okay, and let's put these mugs in this thing, so we could all come back to Asgard and live beautifully and live beautifully. Okay, in love, bliss, peace, fun. Because let me drop this on you. Let me drop this on you. We play football, family. Okay, all right. We have video games. Some of the stuff here, okay, all right. God, so let me prove it. Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Asgard is where Thor lives. Thor is from Asgard. Asgard is the part of the nine realms when you watch the movie. Okay, yeah, that's what that is. So so let's prove it, right? So I'm telling you, there's football, there's basketball, there's baseball, there's soccer, there's a volleyball. All of some of the games we play. Understand, right? Let me read this to you. Let me read this. Let me read this. Let me read this. Let me find this real quick. Let me find this real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here. It says, some Gnostic systems portray the demiurge as intentionally entrapping or enslaving aspects of the divine in materiality, right? While others view him as merely incompetent in replicating the divine world. Did you catch that? Replicating the divine world. So understand something, family. Football already existed. Okay. All right. But it's fun. It is no losers in the end. Okay. All right. It's not, oh man, I lost a game. Let me go sit in the corner and cry. It's not that. It's fun in the end. Oh man, y'all won, man. God, golly, man, that was good, man. That was good, man. Maybe we'll get it next time. It's different. Basketball the same way. Okay. All right. We have video games there. I'm talking about video games so vicious to where you can put yourself in the game. Literally. Shit that I've seen. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. It's crazy, man. Insane. Okay. All right. So we already have that there. Okay. So it is more than what we think it is, family. Okay. All right. This is why, the so-called higher ups want you to truly think that this is the real world. This is why they teach you that we're on Earth, that the cosmos is above you, and that's why they keep giving you all of these space movies. Okay, they try their best to give you at least one astronaut movie a year to where they leaving planet Earth. That is mind control. They want you to think that there's an outer space and there's not. There's no such thing. No such thing. Okay, just like they give you a slave movie, 2 or 3 slave movies, a couple of times, every year or so, because they need you to be in a certain place within yourself. The Emmett Till movie that came out a year ago or 2 years ago, something like that. They need you to feel it. That shit never fucking happened, man. Okay, not how they tell it. Okay, they tell you he was wrapped in barbed wire. He was did this. He was did that. He was all this stuff had went down. Okay, they embellish a lot of stuff, man, to make you feel some kind. That's why so many of you are so upset right now, man. That's why the so-called higher ups love when you stop learning, and they love when you stay on a level of victimhood. They love it because they know they can keep you enslaved. Because if you die today or tomorrow, you're coming right back into their domain. You're coming right back. Okay, people like Umar Johnson. Somewhat. He's borderline. that motherfucker might be right back. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. So if you don't take this serious, all right, then the journey is on you. I'm just a messenger, man. Questions, family. Questions. Anybody? Before I get off here? Anybody? It says Asgard, the origin isn't close to the gods such as Yard or Garden. I sent it to you, bro. Okay, all right. Yeah. So Asgard, as far as the word goes, right? As far as the word goes, of course, they don't give you a breakdown and stuff like that. But as the movie goes, Asgard is the highest level. Okay, according to Thor, according to the Norse mythology, Asgard is the highest level of the nine realms. Okay, in the nine realms. You understand? You know, Rod Johnson, how you doing, family? Still having trouble putting myself into the outer body state. Well, that's part of the issue right there. One up. That's part of the issue right there. Change your language, man. Change your language. Change your world, man. Don't ever say you having trouble. Don't ever say you having a problem. Don't ever use those words upon yourself again. Ever. Ever. Just say, oh, I'm gonna get it. Oh, I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah, I feel it now. I'm gonna get it. Shit. Or speak it in past tense. Speak it in past tense. Oh, it's done. Oh, it's done. Oh, it's done. Never say you got a problem. Yeah, the nine realms. Yeah, the nine realms. Yeah, never say you got a problem. Never say you got an issue. Never say I'm trying. Don't ever say that, family. Okay? All right? Understand when we first came out of the darkness, when we first came out of that, let me see. Let me see. When we first came out of that darkness, the only thing that existed was thoughts. Thought became word. Okay? And at that point, whatever what was said, it happened. Change your words forever, man. If it's not positive, keep your mouth closed, family. If it's not positive, keep your mouth closed. I need you to hear that. If it's not positive, keep your mouth closed. Okay, it was thought, then word, and the word was vibration, and everything was created based on vibration. Okay, so the thought came into motion, and everything changed. So as long as we stay in that particular understanding, there is no elevation. That's why I try my best to never say, damn man, this happened or that happened or this going on, damn I can't, damn man, this I messed up or that. No, damn I can't do it, man. Something stopping me. Don't use that, man. Don't use that. You truly don't understand how divinely sophisticated your brain truly is because you haven't been taught what your brain is. The only thing you know about your brain is that you have one. Okay, and you only follow what the school system told you about the brain. That's all you got about the brain. You don't know what the hell a brain is, family. No clue. And when you start to travel and when your heart start to open up and the frequencies within you start to change, be super careful on how you speak, because you will be your own destruction. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We are higher than the higher self. Well, the higher self is nothing but a term we use to teach. Ultimately there is no higher self. That's only you. So nothing is more higher than anything else. Is that when Thor got kicked out because he was too arrogant? Yes. That's the first Thor movie. The first Thor movie, to me, for somebody who's trying to learn this thing, is the most important Thor movie in existence. The first Thor movie. The first one. Okay, he had to get his heart right. He had to get his heart right. Joe Friday, what's good, brother? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Okay, 96. Be as above, so below. I'm deep diving. Do you feel consciousness is still what we're given from our soul, or do you feel like, or do you feel it was given to us? Well, there's no such thing. Okay, all right. There is no our soul. Okay, there is no our soul. All right, because I don't necessarily subscribe to the soul thing, but in order to give information, um, you know, I used to say this years ago. You don't have a soul. You are the soul. So you have to redirect your thoughts, redirect your mind, redirect your brain. You don't have a soul. Is when I hear people say stuff like, man, my spirit don't agree with him. My spirit don't agree with her. That's the most ignorant thing you could ever say. There's no such thing as my spirit, as if you're human. Like how? How? This piece of shit that you think is human go in the goddamn ground. Okay, for savages to come take your lungs and kidneys and do things with it. Okay, all right. So this is not you. So you don't have a spirit. You don't have a soul. Okay, you are that energy. You are the light. You are the light enslaved into something called the body. You are a slave here, man. Okay, until you're not. You are a slave here until you are not. And that all depends on your heart. It all depends on your heart. Redirect your flow. Boom. That's dope. That's dope, Drake. You know, it all depends on your heart, man. I still have that attachment based on how my dad raised me. You know, hey, I'm gonna tell you this, ultra. So I understand what I say, right? Understand what I say. You just shut yourself down again. Without you even realizing it, you shut yourself down again. Okay? You said, I still have that attachment based on how my dad raised me. Now, to other people, okay, I understand that, but now you're talking to me. We talking, right? Okay? Remember, I talked about in the beginning of the video, we the ones up here, all right? We the ones up here that can only go to certain places, right? What I said in the beginning, family. What I said in the beginning. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Infinite truth defies all logic and reason. It triggers the most in-depth thoughts imaginable. Only a few are compatible. Only a few are compatible. So us who we are communicating with each other, myself to y'all, to me. So we are the only few that are compatible to higher realms of information, for within ourselves, right? So if that's the case, we have to change our language, because in the God realm or in these higher places, we don't speak like that. We don't say things like, I still have attachments that this and this. Okay. All right. How you would really say that is, um based on how I was raised, I used to have these attachments. Everything is past tense. Everything is done already. Okay, we're not claiming anything. Okay, all right, we're not claiming anything. I don't have no attachments to nothing. Okay, I don't have no attachments to anything. Even though I could probably still be on some human stuff every now and again, but I'm going to tell my brain every chance I get I have no attachments to anything human, because eventually my brain is going to recognize how I'm thinking and it's going to follow suit. Your brain is it is center control of your whole body. As the brain goes, the body goes, right? So whatever goes in the brain, your body follows. So if you keep telling your brain, whether it don't matter what you're going through, you keep telling your brain that you good, I'm fine, I'm straight, or you keep telling yourself that. If you tell yourself that enough, I guarantee you can get rid of cancer. You can get rid of whatever disease. Okay, because understand, these diseases and all of this stuff, okay, all that's man-made and it's technology. It's not a bacteria, it's technology. Understand that it's tech. But tech cannot stand the force of positivity. The tech cannot stand the force of positivity on a supreme vibration of self. It will have to exit your body. Understand that. You're going to start growing up. You're going to start shitting all over the place. Okay? Because it has to exit stage left. It got to leave your body. But the issue is we keep talking to ourselves in ways to where the poison stay in our body, man. Okay? Didn't I just talk about this, family? Didn't I just talk about this? Hold on. On arrival? Didn't I just talk about, you know, how the homegirl made the book? Universal language? How and basically when everybody's speaking one language, that means the heart is one. That's what that represents. Huh? It's on us, family. It's on us. I'm just a messenger, man. If you want to change your life, change your words, man. Okay, stop all that. My job, this, my job, that. Who cares? Damn, my baby, this man, my son getting on my nerves, my daughter, my this, my that, my old man, my girlfriend. Fuck all that negativity. Because every time you mention it, you're gonna sit in it. Every single time. You're gonna sit in it, man. And then you're gonna be pissed off about 2 or 3 days, and then you're gonna finally get over it after a couple days has went by. But you didn't have to go there in the first place. One of my brothers called me. He been going hard with the Ashtavaka. He been going hard with that thing, and that boy said he didn't got to the point now. He didn't got to the point now to where every time his old lady start fussing about stuff, he just be so goddamn peaceful. She think he cheating because he don't get mad no more. He don't get pissed off no more because she's so mentally caught up. She think he's cheating because he been doing the hard work, and based on him doing the hard work, he has ascended within himself. Okay, to where he don't get upset about nothing. I'm just saying, man. Watch your words, family. speak positivity all the time. All the time. Y'all can listen to these people out here talking about, man, that's ignorant. That's ignorant. You can't be positive all the time. Says who? Says who? Says who? Anybody who wants to harm me or do something to me, you got to deal with the energies around me before you even come see me. You can't even come on the street that I live on. You can't even come in the hood that I live in. You can't even come in a 10-mile radius of me. So I don't have to get upset. I don't have to get pissed off. I'm making my point to not be in relationships because I don't want to deal with humans. Because I already see myself. The first day my spouse or whoever it is should get upset about something, I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm not doing nothing human, nothing. I refuse. I've been doing this shit 10 plus years, working a long time. For somebody to get upset and start worrying about this, worrying about that, I'm gone. Plus, I already know that it's fake anyway. It's not real anyway. Oh, I'm gone. I'm out of there. Maybe we will convene at a later date. When this person get on a certain frequency or whatnot, something like that, and maybe I'll think about it. But until then, no, I don't want no one around me. No one around me who every third word they say is about somebody else. And how messed up that person is, how horrible that person is, or they mad because they job ain't this, they job ain't that, always complaining. Man, I'm gone, man. Man, I'm out of there. I remember they had an episode. They had an episode back in the day, man, when I used to watch Jamie Foxx show. They had an episode where Jamie and Francesca was sitting at the table in this restaurant, and Jamie was telling Francesca, he was like, man, I'm about to get up out of here. And she turned around, she was like, Jamie, what you talking about, man? She looked back up, Jamie. That nigga said, man, I'm out. Man, I'm out. I'm telling you, I'm gone. I'm gone. We'll kick your ass out the fucking house. Leave. Go. I don't give a fuck where you go. I don't want you around me. Okay, don't you come your sad song, soppy ass up in here talking about your mama. My mama did this, man. My daddy did this, man. My little brother doing this, man. My cousin doing this, man. This guy up the street, man. He got me a job, man. Now he acting like this. I don't hear nothing about your stories, man. Nothing. The only story I want to hear from you is, hey, man. Hey, let's go. Step out. Go get something to eat or, relax a little bit, let the wind blowing out here, something like that. You understand? Sit down, relax, watch a movie, read something, put on some jazz, sit back, smoke a Cuban or something. You understand? Kick back, relax. If you talking anything other than that, I'm throwing your ass off the balcony, see if you got wings. See if you got wings, man. Fly, motherfucker, fly, man. Get away from me. I'm gonna seek the poodle on your ass. Get up. Okay, I'm gonna seek the cat on you. Them cats don't play. Them cats smack your ass 10 times. Pop, 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 pop. Them cats kick your fucking ass, boy. Cat. I'm scared of cats, man. Cats dangerous, man. Them motherfuckers, they hands too quick. Man, motherfucker can't put you in the mix, man. Boy, the motherfucker so goddamn quick, boy. I tell you, boy. Goddamn cats, man. Jesus Christ. But I'm just talking, man. What's going on with y'all, man? What we looking like? The piece order that Bobby talked about healed him indeed. Change your patterns of your mind. So understand this, right? So people think that is actually what healed Bobby. Okay, right? So And even around that time when Bobby was doing that, they was only showing Bobby a couple things so he could take it a step further. Okay? Ultimately, you don't supposed to be drinking no goddamn peach nothing. Peach soda at all. You know. But that goes a little bit further than just drinking a peach soda. You understand? Okay, you got to go a little step further with that than just that. You know, I remember that boy. He was sitting on the couch dropping that knowledge. I remember he was sitting on the couch. What you think of? What's going on, Cynthia? How you doing, guys? What's going on? What you think of that GTA 6? Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I might check it out though, and I might have to come kick your ass, King Ali, on one of them games or something, boy. You know, I show your ass something. You know, I don't know if you're on that 5 or not. Shit, boy. I don't play around, boy. Icon, what's going on, man? Ultra, man, how y'all doing, man? Brent, what's going on, Brent? How you doing, guys? Illusion is a hell of a drug. Woo! 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 Man. This place will put you in a chokehold. You know, and like I told my sis up in here, man, Isis, man, I told her, I said, listen, man, y'all got to call me sometime, man. Y'all got to call me and check on me sometime because I didn't got so disconnected to this place to where I don't even pick up the phone like that. So so hit me up, man. Be like, Will, fuck you doing, nigga? Okay, all right. What you doing? You pulling up? What's happening? You know. So, because I'm gonna need that encouragement. I'm gonna need that. Yes, Lord. You know. Yes, indeed. Hell yeah, put that on a shirt, boy. Because that's what keep us enslaved, man. That should keep us enslaved, man. You understand? This illusion keep us enslaved, boy. Woo! Gee Louise, boy. And then when you grew up with a close family. Okay, and now you changing, and now the family expect you to keep going the way you have always been, and now you on a whole nother. That shit get complicated, man. You know, it do get a little rough, but at the same time, you know, we got to find some kind of way to switch it up, regardless. But you know, I see how it goes. You know, I'm not oblivious to how this journey works. You understand? You know, and I know it get crazy out there because you already had all of this stuff before the journey started. You know, we didn't know that getting married was actually a bad thing. You know, we didn't know. You know that all of this stuff, the way of life was actually bad. Nigga didn't know that. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't know that we already doing. So now you got to change all your stuff that you've been doing, and now you got other people involved, and then it's crazy at that point. It's crazy at that point, man. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, you done had the kids already. You know, it ain't like you could just stick the kids back up your goddamn Nuna. you know, like and try to start over like they're here now. You know, so but you done had the kids before you woke up, so you ain't even looking at it like that. You know, so now things are different. Now you're like, oh shit, I don't know what you know, shit get crazy. You know, but that's when you truly have to show your power in what you are. That's when it gets serious. That's when it's like, if I can find or develop the best version of me, everything else gonna fall in place. Okay, all right. Like give an example. My partner, right? Okay, so he has, he's learning how to be more peaceful. Okay, to the point to where his old lady is starting to switch. Okay, now she like, well, goddamn, what the hell he's studying? Maybe I need to study it. And that's what we don't understand, fam. We feel like we have to continuously be human for the people around us. You don't have to be human for the people around you. Okay, you can constantly learn who you are, because understand, this is a journey of the heart. Okay, and if you do this work properly, all you're going to become is love. Okay, so when these same people come around you, they're going to see you as love. And now, if they want to come around you, they have to be as love. You get it? It's a domino effect. I'm just saying. Okay, all right. So, yes, you can change yourself. Okay, all right. And if the kids see mama and daddy different, okay, then they're gonna start to be different. Okay, then this one gonna start to be different. Then that one gonna start to be different. Even the animal's gonna start to be different, because your frequency is infectious now. Okay, all right, all right. That frequency starts to trickle through everything. And now when people even come to your house, they gonna come to your house and be like, girl, look, before they even get out the car, girl, you know, when we go in this girl house, you know she gonna be trying to give us hugs and everything. She probably gonna have incense burning, sage burning. So you know we can't go in here cussing. You know we can't go in here throwing stuff around. You know, talking about let's smoke and let's drink and let's cut up and do. Y'all know we can't do that. So people are going to start to act a certain way around you. Okay, you understand? Like myself, for example, when people look, listen, Mardi Gras that passed. So I'm outside chilling, okay, and every night, I don't drink like I used to at all, But when I was down there, I had a daiquiri, so I'm drinking a little daiquiri or whatever. So a brother walked up to me, my little partner. He said, Bug, what that is you drinking? What that is you drinking? I said, I'm drinking some, it's a daiquiri. He said, oh, that's liquor? I said, yeah. He said, oh, okay. Okay. Let me get that. He took it out of my hand. Okay. You understand? So basically what I'm saying is people are going to start to adjust to you. They're going to act accordingly. Okay, all right. So with him really not even realizing, he took the shit out of my hand. I just sat there like that. Yeah, you right. Just on some respect shit, man. Okay, so I stand in my hard work. I stand in my righteousness. Therefore, if you are around me, then you have to do the same thing. Especially now, being where I am currently. Like it kind of is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sib, what's up, mama? What's going on with you? So how we looking, family? Any other questions, comments? So myself, if I ever do another kid, I have to be on another level. Yeah, no doubt. Because that's the challenge, because we're taught that we can't elevate with children. Okay, all right, because our parents are so ignorant and the people around us are so ignorant. So we think automatically that we cannot elevate with children. Okay, which is a goddamn lie. Okay, all right. Now it's the reason why the Nazi texts say don't have kids. Kids are attached because it'll help you get out of here a lot easier. But once it's done already, you can't turn back the hands of time. So once them little rascals are here, they're here. Okay, but that means you have to go twice as hard. Okay, it's easier for me because I don't have no kids running around. All right, but for a lot of y'all who do, then you have to go twice as hard. You got to stop fucking playing around. Okay, you got to take this thing twice as serious. Okay, because now you have something to leave behind. Okay, and right now, the way this world is right now, this shit is miserable. Kids are just they just ridiculous right now. Okay, so you, as someone who's on a journey, you have to go twice as hard than a normal person who's on a journey who don't have kids. So you have to read more. You have to watch more of the information. Okay, all right. You got to watch more of the movies. You got to do more research. Okay, all right. And if that means, okay, you got to you got to get the parents out the way. You got to get your spouse, your girlfriend. She got to kick rocks. While you do your thing for a minute, she can come back. But right now, she got to go, or he got to go. It is what it is. Okay, because you got these kids, and understand these kids are here now. These kids are in a prison. Okay, these kids are now in a prison. This is a prison. Okay, so now, but if you want these kids to get out of this prison, then you're going to teach them what they need to be taught. Okay, don't be running around telling your kids, let's go to church. Fuck wrong with you. Okay, all right. Just because you don't feel like dealing with no goddamn kids, you drop them to your people up the street who Christians, and they come back to your house talking about how good Jesus is, and now you mad. Fuck wrong with you? Okay, all right. That was your decision to drop them down to sister Betty and brother Raymond and all them down the way. Goddamn well they at church 5 times a week. And just because you want to get out and do shit and do that, you drop them off over there. Okay, all right. This ain't about that right now. This is not a regular life. This life ain't regular. This shit ain't regular, man. Okay, life is fucking poison, man. Okay, all right. So get out of your goddamn head that you trying to be like the Joneses. You trying to live like everybody else. No, you not that. Okay, you not the regular motherfucker that's walking around. You not them. Them motherfuckers is dead up the street. Okay, all right. You trying to set yourself up in this motherfucker, so when you transition, you don't have to come back, and all your timelines gonna follow suit. Okay, and because you left that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to your kids, they not coming back to this motherfucker. Okay, and it's gonna and then the tradition of ignorance will cease to exist because you felt the need to actually teach. Okay. All right. Y'all got to go twice as hard, man. It is what it is, family. It is what it is. You can't fuck around, man. Okay. All right. Kids come in the house. You got Sexy Red playing all this old dumbass shit. Okay. And then wonder why they know the words. What we doing? What we doing? Do people mixed breed due to ignorance? Yes. Yes. Yes, Ty. Yeah, brother Ty. What's good? What's good? AL, what's good? What's good? What's good? Jazzo, what's happening? What's happening? Miracle, what's good? Robbo, what's going on with you, brother? Yeah, people mix. Yeah, they do that based on ignorance. They don't know. They don't know no better, man. And then I'm gonna tell you, go hard or go home. Then I'm gonna tell you, okay, all right. These white girls ain't playing. These white girls are not playing. Okay, they understand something, man. These white girls are going to all of the beauty supply stores that the black girls go to. Okay, all right. Did y'all realize when the black woman started getting that French? I think it's called a French manicure and pedicure with the little white tip. Okay, the white girl started doing that. Okay, all right. When a black woman started wearing them goddamn wigs, the goddamn wigs that go on one side, the head, and this side, kind of be, a little something like that, but the rest of the hair be on that side, the little funky look. The white girl started doing it. Okay, the white girl's doing every goddamn thing the black woman is doing. Okay, and she's fucking every goddamn black man that the black woman is doing. It is what it is, man. A white girl not playing right now, man. Okay, all right. She eating a steak. She in the hood. She in the hood. Going by Miss Brenda House, who got the mac and cheese plates. Okay, with the goddamn broccoli cheese casserole on that motherfucker. Yeah, you understand, with the candy yams on that bit. Man, the white girl in the hood cutting up, man. It is what it is. So now you got to be strong. You got to be strong. You got to be strong, because these white girls coming at you. They ain't playing. Becky ain't playing. Okay? All right? And then Becky don't care. Becky a whole slut out here. Becky will let you shoot off in her ears. Becky be like, oh. Becky would be like, put it in my ear, put it in my ear, put it in my eye, put it in my eye. Becky don't care. And when the nigga see that, and when the nigga see it, nigga be like, oh my God, she told me to put it in her eye. You all in her eye with it. Yeah, give me that eyeball. Give me that eyeball. You done messing around, gave the girl a black eye, not a heifer can't see. Okay, she walking around looking like a pirate with the damn patch over her eye and shit. All right, hi, matey, face ass. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, boy, Becky don't care, boy. Boy, Becky be trying shit. Okay, boy, Becky come in the room with some goddamn 40-ounce beer. Let me pour this 40-ounce on you, and I'm gonna just lick it off. Some more wild ass shit. Boy, Becky don't care. Man, Becky will do whatever she needs to do to make that black man leave that black woman. Okay? Because if y'all don't know, okay, Becky don't want no white boy. Okay? Becky don't want what's the white boy name? I forgot the white boy name, but she don't want that white boy no more. Okay? All right? That, the white boy still walking around with the neat shirt on and stuff like that. Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah. Oh yes, I went to Yale, and I got my master's in this. I got, man, she don't want that. Dylan. Yeah, goddamn Dylan or Adam. You look like a Dylan. Yeah, fucking Dylan. Okay, a goddamn Adam. Like, man, they don't want Dylan or Adam. They want little Nook. Them white girls don't want, they want little Paru and all them niggas. Niggas who be doing all this type of shit. The white girl want the nigga, want the old boy who crack in the head with a bottle and she be right there. I took that bottle for you, baby, because I love you. Just hit me in the head again. It doesn't matter. I love you. I'm telling you what it is, man. I'm telling you what it is, man. It ain't what it is, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all black women sitting up there trying to get it on with a brother and tell her brother, oh no, I don't suck that. I don't suck that. Man, that white girl right up the street. Soon as white girls got cock swallowing radar. Okay, as soon as the black woman say, oh, I don't do that, the damn white girl show up like Batman. White girl show up, caping on, got a cape on and everything. She said, what? I do it all. Come here, Raheem. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you what it is, bro. Fucking Becky don't care, boy. This you learning how to cook a little bit too. Okay? She Shit, white people, man. White people put Fruit Loops on a baked potato and tear the goddamn thing up. You know how they do. Them motherfuckers will cook something. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Make you jump, kick the hole in the neck. If you don't get your stupid ass about. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hopefully, the Lord forgive me. Hopefully, the Lord forgive me. These is jokes. These is jokes, man. These is jokes, man. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. you know, I'm just saying, man. Black woman, boy. Y'all made that. That's the crazy part. Y'all made the white woman like that. Okay, and all she's doing is following, and she's following her master. She's only following it. That's it. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Black woman pull up. Black woman pull up. Listening to independent woman and all of this type of stuff. Black woman pull up in front of black man house, listen to independent woman and all this type of shit. White girl pull up, slop on my knob, like corn on the cob. That was the white girl listening to. That was the white girl listening to. You want your independence, okay? All right. And she's swallowing every goddamn thing you had in the last 3 weeks, nigga. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man. Amen. I'm just saying. Y'all can play around. Taught them everything, Drake. I'm just saying. But they out here, man, and they searching, boy, and they love them a good nigga, boy. Oh, they love him a good nigga, boy. Well, I'm just saying, man. Let me get off here, man. I'm out, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all shut this thing up, man. Send it to the right people. Need to hear it, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.